Hey all, this is Andrew Jordan Nance. I hope you're having a great week. So, I'm an author of a bunch of books. Most of them are on social emotional learning. Puppy Mind is right here, and that's my first book. And then The Lion in Me, and then Dolly Dives Deep, and then The Barefoot King over here. And then I have a curriculum right here called Mindful Arts in the Classroom about how to bring mindfulness and social emotional learning to kids. And then my last book is Lazy Susan, about all those words and phrases that we say on the daily that have someone's name in it. So Lazy Susan, who was Susan? Peeping Tom, who was Tom? Camp David, who was David? So things like that. There's about 60 of them in there. So it's a really fun book to flip through. But I'm going to give you my top 10 or so things to think about as you go on your journey to be authors. So the first one is read your stories to kids. They are the best critics, and you'll see whether your story is holding their attention or not. So if you're not really good at rhyming, don't bother. Write it in prose. Rhyming will actually minimize your distribution possibilities to other non-English countries. And then see if you can make the stakes really high. So there's like a big problem to solve. Bring in a surprise if you can. While I like it when kids solve their own problems, getting help from a trusted adult is also a good skill to develop. No one gets through life well alone. So I think I want kids to think, who can I talk to right now? I don't have to figure this out on my own. And I think, it's sort of scary when children's books say that, the protagonist and their friends figure something out all by themselves without the help of adults. So think about that. Can an adult show up to problem solve with the kid? Let's see. Girl characters are underrepresented out there in the works of picture books. So, do you have a story that focuses on a girl? If so, please get that out into the world. And then any publisher will not ask you to find an illustrator. They like to find someone that fits the look of their publishing house or imprint. So you don't have to worry about, am I a good artist? Do I have a friend that's a good artist? Unless they're famous, which is how I got Puppy Mind at the attention of some publishers. It's not a good idea to try to find a illustrator to bring to a publishing house. Consider self-publishing. I use Ingram Spark, but there are others out there. Making money is hard to do in any scenario. But if you just really love your book and you think it needs to be out in the world, I published Dolly Dives Deep through Ingram, and it was fun. I haven't made a ton of money off of it, but sometimes these things are slow to build, so I'm kind of allowing for that. Do this out of love, not for profit. If the project does not make your hands tingle, don't bother. If you don't know what I mean, then think about it, because a project should energize us, in my humble opinion. This is a really important one. Great works of fiction are not written, they are rewritten. I often think I have written the most perfect story or play that has ever been thought of. And then the more I think about it and share it with people, the more I realize, oh, well, that's not working, and I need to rework it, and I need to find a new rhyme or a new way of saying this. So just be patient and allow for those fails, those first attempts in learning. We just we got to get good at that. We got to get good at the bumps in the road. I think so many of us want life to just be this lovely joyride, and it's just not what we signed up for. There's gonna be obstacles to overcome, challenges to figure out. So just make it exciting and curious, and say, oh, this is hard. Oh, what makes it so hard? And just just dig in. And that doesn't mean to just keep plowing forward. Sometimes you need to step back. I love stepping back from text, and because then when I look at it a month later, it's like I'm looking at a friend's text, because I feel like I haven't really written it anymore. It's an odd feeling. And then the last one that I have here is be prepared to promote your work on social media. Contact podcasts and reach out to schools and bookstores and friends and just anything you can think of. Susan's got some really good marketing ideas, I know. But it is work. It's you've got the writing, and then you've got the publishing, and then you've got the marketing to do. So most publishing houses are not going to do too much to get your work out there. They'll do just enough. So just be prepared to roll up your sleeves. All right, I think I've said enough. Again, have fun, keep breathing, wiggle your toes, and see what comes forth. I'm really excited to see how it all went. Okay, take care. Bye.